Hey, beautiful biscuits. So I thought today was going to be a fun topic. I love talking about my romance novels, and I love talking about the short films and mini series that we have made off of those romance novels. It is such a dream come true. For years, I have thought about doing this, and I held back, and I was like, is it too zany of an idea? And it has been such fun to get to do. I've filmed episodes for my paranormal romance one about witches in the Pacific Northwest. I've filmed ones in my sci-fi series, the Celeste Saga. That has been so much fun to do. That's been a lot of work to try and get sets to work and the style and everything. But you know, the sci-fi nerd that I am, like, I can't resist a sci-fi story. And I got asked a lot of questions lately on that. We've had a couple of the films really blow up on OnlyFans and do really well and have a lot of questions get asked about it. And that kind of trickled down to my Instagram, where I was getting asked questions about it. So I thought, oh, that really scared me. There's like a balloon in the hall that just moved. My kids love to keep balloons around. But I got asked these questions and I thought it would be fun to do. So the first one was about actors. So I've been in the process of casting, and I was going to film a whole series of films last fall with actors, and it fell through. So I used to do independent little small movies in Arizona, and actors were notoriously hard to come by. Reliably, like they just wouldn't show up. Or they would show up and they would leave halfway through and then forget to come back after lunch or something. So I gotta say, in the romance film world, oh my god, it's even harder to cast. I think the Pacific Northwest, for me, Western Washington, has been the hardest place for me to network and find other people in my particular creative field. So I found it really hard to cast. Yeah, I had to cancel all of my filming, all of my locations and everything. I had to cancel last fall because the actors just were not reliably actually showing up to film. So this summer I have some other stuff planned, and we're actually going to go and film in some locations that are going to be really fun, and we're going to have like an actual set of actors for it, which is great because right now we've been filming mainly smaller little short films because we just haven't had the cast for it, and I'm excited for that. So yes, it is extremely hard to cast with actors. Yes, I've been trying to. It's really tricky to find them that are good and talented and reliable and in an area where I can film with them. But I'm really excited. That's like my big goal this year has been to expand the miniseries and short film episodes that I do, because they're just what I'm having a lot of fun with doing right now, and it's just what I feel called to do. It's something really, really entertaining and different, you know. So I think I like creatively needed to do something different, and that's what these have been. Locations. Okay, I got asked a lot about locations. Locations are super tricky. So anytime you're doing like saucy content or content where people, a lot of times super conservative people will have rentals, and you can't rent from them because they're not going to be cool with it. I would say you have to pick your locations carefully and thoughtfully. It's really hard to find good, beautiful locations. I really have an aesthetic vibe on my short films that I want to go with, and if a place doesn't meet them, I just it can ruin your whole film if you don't have a good location. So that's really important. I'm actually I'm location hunting right now for what I'm going to film this summer, because I found some actors and I'm in the process of figuring out when they're available, and I'm trying to find locations near them to make it easier for them to be available. And oh my god, the locations are so bad. I've spent the last year setting up locations near me that are really aesthetically pleasing, that are practical, that work for filming, and that are beautiful, and it is really tough to kind of start from zero on that so that I can be near some actors. What am I filming next? I've been trying to decide that. Lately I've been filming some contemporary romance, and that's just been fun, like little vignettes. That's been really entertaining. That's been less like overarching story. Like our paranormal romance films have whole plots and stories and fun stuff to them. And so I've been doing little vignette, modern day in the life kind of things, and that's been really interesting. And it's kind of been nice to relax from the sheer amount of scripts that I was having to write. But I think probably next up, we're gonna do some more sci-fi. I really like the sci-fi, and I'm working on having outdoor locations to film the sci-fi that I think are gonna be really good. So we'll see about that. But we have a bunch of filming that's gonna go on. Like spring, summers are my busy season for filming, because locations become available more. So I think we're gonna do a little bit of Agatha and her Witch Coven adventures, and definitely some sci-fi, because I have some amazing sci-fi props. They're gonna be so good. Oh my goodness! I was talking to a couple actors here in the area that are interested in doing some of the sci-fi scenes, and it's gonna be so good because I have the really good locations nearby for this, so it's gonna be great. Oh, will I share more on here about it? No, well, some of it, I think a lot of like fans content maybe doesn't quite fit on this page, but I like to share the behind the scenes of it because I feel like people can be very secretive that make fans content for OF, and I don't know, maybe they don't want to be associated with it or something. I really enjoy it. I do not mind being associated with my work that I do. I put a lot of love into it. But I can't really share it on here. I do behind the scenes things. I share those, but that's about as much as I can really share. Yeah. Oh, how am I casting actors? I have a couple ways. One is I do casting calls, and then another way I do is I go to like an agency that does like adult actors that are cool with kind of more romantic-y, Game of Thrones level romancy kind of scenes, because not every actor is cool with that. And that's actually something I'm working with just this year. Last year I didn't go through any agencies, and like creative management agencies, and I think that that's going to be a better spot to find somebody that is a really good fit, because we have some amazing content that I've got to get like really good professional actors for, and that's kind of this year's stuff. Oh, do I film? Like, where do I film? Do I film in my house? Yeah, I use my house. This is my home office, and I use that a ton. I have been debating getting a larger like photo studio, but budget-wise, I don't know if it makes sense. And it's nice to be able to just work from home and do that. It gives me more time to like create sets and things because I just do it casually in the evenings. Yeah, so I'll film all over. I film at my glamping business when places aren't booked. I'll film in Airbnb sometimes. You have to kind of find the right locations for the stories. I like to do a lot of exterior in the woods, foresty kind of stuff, because I just love on-location filming. And that I tend to film at my farm, because it's nice. It's a nice private, safe area. I can bring all my equipment, take as long as I want. So I prefer to just film at my farm. That's kind of my favorite filming location. Yeah. Oh, what's the funniest scene I've filmed? That's a good question. Ooh. Okay, I know. So we just recently, last month? Oh my God, time blurs this year. This year has been crazy for time. Like, it's just gone so fast. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure why I look like this either.
There you go. Last month we filmed and released an episode that really did well, actually. I was excited for that. It's a sci-fi episode where we have a lead engineer and her ship gets taken over and invaded, and the aliens think they have the upper hand, and they're interrogating her for the codes, so they can take the ship. And little do they know that like she totally has the upper hand and is having a great time with this, and entertainment ensues. And it was a delight to film. It really made me laugh filming it. I had to cut some scenes because I was having such a good time. And I love the idea. I love sassy female heroes in the story that know more than the other characters, so that she and the audience get to be in on it together. That's kind of my favorite stuff. So that's probably the silliest one that I've enjoyed filming. I always love filming Agatha episodes, which is our Which Way to Romance series based on my Which Way to Romance novels. That I always enjoy because I just enjoy getting to be a silly pretend witch. Like that's always entertainment for me. But the sci-fi just has a special place in my heart. And you know, what's funny is that the sci-fi has really divided fans. Half of them, well, some of them love them, and some of them, I'm not going to divide it into half because I don't know, I haven't calculated that, but, and some of them are like, oh, sci-fi, I could never watch sci-fi. And as such a mega sci-fi person, I'm like, excuse me, you could never watch sci-fi? Excuse me, what are you doing in my channel if you cannot watch sci-fi? I think that's the most fun. Okay, biscuits, I have been talking for a while. I will answer some more questions at a later date, but I love getting to chat about all these different things on filming romance shows because it's fun. Oh my god, I want more shows like the ones I make, made by other creators, so that I can have more entertainment, because I want to watch these kinds of shows. And so I thought, nobody's making them, I'm going to start making them. That was my motivation. Alright, biscuits, I will see you over on OnlyFans. I will see you on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video.